Record.
Hello and welcome to the DXbiz Dev Call for Monday, 21st of March, 2022. We have a light agenda today on no new members and no products sort of like presenting. Just one reminder that we have is that from next week, the weekly call will change due to the essentially daylight savings time. This has already changed the US. It hasn't changed for us in Europe. So yeah, that's that. Hashtag abolish daylight savings time. Under discussions, we have about inviting the Copenhagen Flames to one of our community calls. This could be super interesting and perhaps even an AMA. Just a discussion about like post ETH Denver advertising the carrot bounties, and DX events. We have the DAO is coming up, and we have a few questions around that, and ETH Amsterdam or Dev Connect Week swag. So, do you want to start maybe with the Copenhagen Flames?
Yeah, I added it to the agenda because I feel like it would be really cool for both communities to kind of meet. As you said, we could do an AMA because our community hasn't. Actually, we do have a lot of sports fans, and they know about Counter-Strike. So I think it would be interesting to them, but they don't really know much in detail about Copenhagen Flames. So we could invite them over, and this could actually bring some of their community over to our Discord, and some of them could be asking interesting questions about us and our products. We could direct them to our documentation, chat with them. So it could be something really interesting. We don't need to rush it and like plan it right away for next week or something. We could plan it and think of some interesting way to boost engagement, make it more interactive, and yeah. But I think we should do it.
Yeah, just some thoughts from me. If we want to do something like this, I think it would make sense to do it after we meet with them. So, as many of you know, we're planning to meet them in April to sync up on long-term plans, etc., and eventually also do a small demo of a Copenhagen Flames guild. So it probably makes sense, in my opinion, to do it after that. I think it'd be great to connect the two communities. I do strongly doubt that their fan base is interested in our documentation or anything like that, but perhaps the products for sure. But I mean, I really don't know. But I think our goal is to onboard them into Web3, right? So I don't know. There are probably some people who are already onboarded, but yeah, I think it definitely makes sense. Yeah, but I would tend to say it probably makes sense after April when we're more synced up and they saw the demo, and maybe we can even show a demo on the community call if that works out or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah, I agree. We probably don't even have the bandwidth to organize something sooner, so it makes perfect sense.
Dave, I agree that meeting them first is obviously a good step. If our goal in 2022 is to like actually get their community DAOified, do we think that there are things like educational things that we can already start doing, like introducing them to MetaMask and things like that, or some steps they could take to like start getting into Web3, or does the rest of it need to be solidified? Like, because once there's a DAO and they could actually start using the DAO, that's already too late to start teaching them what a wallet is and all that stuff. So should we be sending them materials that already exist that educate them and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. So I last time I spoke with them, they actually said, well, they're actually already they recently formed a female Counter-Strike team, so a new team, and they actually wanted to launch that as like a DAO or guild, So that would actually be quite good because first of all, it wouldn't be the fans interacting with it; it'd just be them internally. So it would actually get Copenhagen Flames like into understanding how everything works, So even if there are bugs or anything like that, it's not really an issue because it's more an internal thing. but I don't think we're quite ready with the guilds yet. But that's why we're hoping we will be able to do that by the end of April, have a little demo. And I mean, one of the meetings we also have in Copenhagen is with Unna, the marketing and content lady. And one idea is like how to prepare some content, right? So if we have any links or anything we can share with her, it'd be great to get that over for sure. Jeez, I don't know what that noise is, but yeah.
This is really cool, I have to say. Like opening them, so like a guild, probably on XDAI, minimum cost would be like very interesting to see how they play and tinker with it.
Yeah, we may have something around July, so everything will align and converge later on.
Good. Yeah, but don't you agree, Nathan? Like, if the DAO is ready to like start experimenting in July, like getting their audience some fun way to get like a wallet. I mean, POAP was going to be what we were going to try to
exactly
start with, right? But we can make some NFTs on Gnosis chain. Like CowSwap made some NFTs, so maybe we could just make some collectible, like our own NFTs, and send them out to their audience or something like that, which would be a collectible, like a spinning, something like a spinning collectible partnership NFT would be kind of cool, right? And get that in their hands of their wallets and things like that. Send them all a little bit of XDAI, and then get them the ability so that when the DAO comes, they're already familiar with a Web3 wallet, right?
I like the idea. It could be something like a starter pack, and this could be the reward, but they should probably not receive it outright. What we could do is some type of a questionnaire, like asking them indirectly to read some information. We'll give them links, and like it could really be our documentation. And in the end, we could ask them a few questions, and those that answer right can get the NFTs.
I think it's maybe worth remembering what sort of crowds it is as well. Remember, it's like gaming forward people, and they're generally like scared of NFTs for some bizarre reason. So maybe like starting with like POAPs kind of make that a bit better because they're not like quite outright, like they don't scream NFT or anything. They're free and stuff, but just even labeling something an NFT, I think at the start could like scare people away. I wonder if I don't think it would, like the idea of having the guilds with the female team, just them using it internally, I don't think would be as late as July. And so it might even make sense to like show them this thing working when we give them the educational material, just to see like that there's more to it than NFTs. So I think if you start with NFTs, it might scare people away.
Yeah, I just thought of something. You know how if you ask someone to increase their follow accounts, they can just buy them, but it's difficult to buy live viewers. So what if we put a carrot and during a live competition, whether it's on Twitch or somewhere, we ask them, we see what the regular fan base is viewing them live, like if it's 1,000, what if we put a carrot to make it 2,000, and people will be promoting the link for Twitch and asking, come on, watch this competition, and if they hit 2,000, we could, then give them the carrot.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of things we can do. I think it's important to keep in mind that they probably have no clue what a crypto wallet even is. But I think even just giving away some shirts, right? We could make them sign up your wallet and enter a giveaway. You enter the giveaway by signing with your private key or something like that. And we could do it during a live game and then just spam it chat with Copenhagen Flames, how we can do it, and just spam it in the stream, and figure something out.
Oh, that is so true. You know what you said about the t-shirts, as much as crypto people like the Copenhagen Flames t-shirts, we didn't realize what you just said is crucial. Their fans would probably enjoy our t-shirts as well. We haven't thought about their fans. We could make some really nice carrot T-shirts or swapper T-shirts and send them to Copenhagen Flames, and somehow they'll have to figure out how to distribute them to their fans. It doesn't have to be like a lot. It could be like a couple hundred T-shirts. That will make them even more special. Of course, as long as they're not some 10-year-old children. That would be pointless. Like we don't want to onboard middle schoolers, or what do you call it, to DeFi. DeFi is like...
No, that's Faye. Not Faye. What they're called? What are those guys called that are in high school? There's like a
high
whole team.
schoolers.
No, there's like a whole team.
In crypto?
Yeah.
I think
Faye?
that's
Pandao.
Padawan.
No, not
Padawan. Oh, like the Star Wars Padawans. Okay.
There is I'm trying to remember what's the name. I don't know.
But I think sometimes
there's a team of guys who are like 18 when they started this, or like 17 even, and now they're essentially like they have $1 billion in TVL. Rari Capital, that's their name.
Oh, Rari, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be like against onboarding anyone to DeFi. Just saying. Like,
yeah, I mean, I agree. Our target audience probably isn't 10-year-olds, but ultimately, if it's just governance, I think there's no. If it's like fan-based governance, even though it's not our target audience, I don't know if there's some legal implications or something. But as long as it's just governance, I think it's not an issue. Right? We want people to vote regardless of who it is.
Yeah.
There must be over 10 to vote. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Do you want to move on to the next topic? I was thinking maybe just like one last comment. Should we create the shirts we have, the Copenhagen Flames shirts in the metaverse? Like, I feel like there are a couple of projects that are doing these type of things. I'm assuming Sky would know better, but create like a digital NFT version, like a 3D NFT version of those shirts. Sky, who can do that?
Yeah. So that, I mean, you need to choose a metaverse if you want it to be a wearable, but like a spinning version of the shirt would be an NFT. But this is like, do their fans want this type of collectible NFT? I think they do. When we say like gamers don't like NFTs, like that one guy complained on Twitter, like people are just very loud on Twitter. Like one guy complained about giving out a POAP to announce the partnership. That doesn't mean that everyone complained. It just means one person on Twitter complained. So I'm not sure that everyone hates NFTs, but we should.
Yeah, sometimes it's an echo chamber. Yeah, you don't really know what reality is.
Like if you don't want an NFT, then don't claim it. But what if 80% or 50% of their audience would like collectible NFT of the partnership, and it's a spinning jersey? Like, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think that the major concern has always been around eco-friendliness, and with us being predominantly on solutions like Gnosis or Arbitrum, and especially Gnosis, which is green, they're not only neutral, they're carbon negative. So I think that goes a long way, and we could definitely have NFTs on Gnosis.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of gamers do hate NFTs, and I don't know. Like once, I think when the Ubisoft game came out, I went to the Reddit forums and I started reading a bunch of the stuff. And from like a gamer's perspective, like a gaming company issuing NFTs, they just see it as another way to sort of get, make money.
Well, let me say this, like it's so weird, when one of the Discord guys wanted to allow login with Ethereum address to Discord, everybody was against it. But every single day, I receive at least, maybe, I don't know whether because I'm an admin or not, or no, actually it doesn't make sense. Anyone probably, just like me, receives at least 5 spam messages with people shilling you, and they're always crypto projects. Now, if you hate crypto and not allow people to log in with an Ethereum address, but at the same time do absolutely nothing to prevent spam, it's like a double standard. And at the same time, actually, if they had allowed people to log in with Ethereum address, it could have somehow helped curb all that spam.
Yeah, but I think these are all ideas we should definitely anyway talk about it with Copenhagen Flames, because we'd need their approval to move forward as well if we want to create any NFTs and stuff, right? I think they did an NFT launch as well themselves. I didn't buy it actually because it was on Polygon, but yeah, I mean, we should write all these ideas down, go over them with them, and I think if we look at the partnership in the long term, our main goal should be onboarding Web3 users and getting them to actually vote and partake in fan governance, right? Even if it's just the stupidest vote or whatever, have it on Gnosis chain. We seed a couple of wallets with 50 cents. And I think that should really be the key KPI. But for onboarding them, we'll definitely need to get creative and get some ideas. So, yeah, I think they all make sense. And yeah, we should sync up with them as well, make sure they're cool with it.
Yeah, sounds good. Like we've thrown quite a few good ideas here. No rush. We'll be bringing this up during the Tuesday's weekly DX voice calls. So we'll push this further. Sounds like a good thing. Next on the agenda, the ETH Denver virtual Bidlathon kind of like concluded this weekend. And, we didn't gather that many submissions. So I don't think we should back down. We have D-Work, which is an amazing solution. We already have listed the same bounties. We basically mirrored them, those we put at ETH Denver for new use cases, strategies for using Carrot, partnership ideas or community incentives ideas. This is the no coding side. Like basically anyone could submit an idea for a use case for Carrot and it doesn't require coding. And the second bounty is that one requires coding, and it is to devise new KPI token templates for Carrot V1. So we've populated those 2 bounties in D-Work, and I think starting next week sometime, we could start advertising them on Twitter, in Discord, and keep them like on and on perpetually. We don't need to wait to attend a certain hackathon to put out a bounty. We should spread these among the community and have people from different organizations come up with ideas. Something similar was done by a bunch of other organizations doing KPI tokens in the past. They were asking people to come up with interesting ideas around KPI tokens, and we should be doing the same. So it makes sense. And unlike hackathons, you don't pay any money upfront for sponsorships. Like you don't have to fork out $10, $20, $30, $40,000. Like you put out the bounty, you advertise it on your social media, and if someone submits something amazing, you reward them for it. So it's really efficient. Like we got nothing to lose. And
yeah,
regarding the next topic, VSwapper, I have something like an idea to
Can you hear me?
to you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just talking over you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was talking earlier and I was muted, and I realized that you guys kept on talking. But yeah,
Right. Got a comment for Carrot or?
yeah. I mean, I would like to speak. I guess this is the DX Voice team, but perhaps creating a plan that involves like how do we advertise these things, and I kind of feel like we need everyone at sort of like DXDAO pushing these things. This like just retweeting probably won't work. I would say, yeah, I don't know, figuring out like something a little bit deeper on how to communicate this out.
Yeah, I think the reason we haven't like gone like full on is because Carrot is still at an alpha stage. The front end is not yet open for permissionless campaign creation, and people would really need to be technical to interact with the smart contracts. Of course, the smart contracts are open source. Anyone can do it if they have the knowledge, but they would probably need to consult with us. So this is the primary reason we haven't like pushed hard to promote it up until now, and it will probably take a little longer still. But in the near future, in just a couple of months, we'll probably be ready to do like bigger marketing, because we're now working on finalizing V1. It will then be getting audited. Keenan and Dirk and Zed are working on the landing page. So there's a lot cooking at the moment. It will take a while, and then we could push harder promoting.
Yeah, Carrot is in a sensitive place. Like, we have live carrots on Swapper right now, and if you say go to campaign, it goes to nothing, right? So the campaigns aren't even on carrot.eth, and then we're linking to things that don't exist, and so it's super manual. We have to catch up on those if we're going to have live carrots. We can't bring more carrots until those carrots are actually existing. And then secondly, we want people to hack on Carrot V1 when Carrot V1 doesn't actually exist yet. So it's like that's part of the reason why it's probably getting not as much interest from hackers and things, is because you're asking to hack on something that's just a bunch of code on GitHub, like, versus like you can actually see and use the actual product yourself, and then create campaigns and then make new templates and things. So we want to promote Carrot, and people are aware of it, and everyone hears about it. Like, that sounds super cool, but it's not it's not ready for people to actually really even use it. Like, we're just using it a little bit ourselves, and then for a few projects. And I don't see how we can expand that until it's ready to scale.
Yeah.
All right. The next topic is like VE swapper.
Yeah. So
Voter escrow
basically,
swapper.
I had this idea dawn on me. Like, we have the single token staking, and all that it is missing to spice up things a lot is us giving an LP token in exchange, because when you provide liquidity to a pair, you get an LP token. But because the single token staking is a farm in and of itself, like, you don't need to then get an LP token and stake it somewhere and farm something else. Like, the very campaign itself is both a pool and a campaign, like a farm. But we could still make it issue such LP tokens. We could call them either X swapper or VE swapper. And so basically, we could ask we could do like a snapshot vote to ask the current swapper token holders and swap a pair LPs on all the networks we support to vote on us staking. You know how we have an emissions schedule that was pre-approved and voted on chain when we launched the token? Basically, we have these epochs lined up, and the emissions for swapper token rewards given in each epoch are slightly diminishing until at one point they will stop, and then the token holders will have to decide what to do next. So what if we took either all or a portion of those remaining swapper token rewards, locked them in a single token staking contract, and then allowed those liquidity providers to use that LP token, which we could call VE swapper, and use it for governance. And in this way, they can still vote in swapper, but the token will actually be locked. So instead of let me actually I have it here. I can read it. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, I mixed things up. So basically, the idea I had was for us to lock those tokens in there and make the campaign locked for an X amount of time. Say we will lock those rewards in that campaign for 6 months, and then in the regular farms for the pairs, instead of giving regular swapper that people can dump right away, they will be getting that LP token to the single token staking that is locked for 6 months. And they can still use it if they want to in governance, but they cannot dump it. And it will unlock in 6 months. And while we're at it, we could reward them with some yield. Like we could make it, because it will be locked, we could also make it capped, because it's not people arbitrarily adding liquidity to that campaign. It will be the governance deciding how much of the remaining emissions will be locked. So we'll know exactly how much it is, and we could cap it and lock it, and we could provide a reward that will provide a fixed guaranteed APY for the whole duration of the campaign. So they could be earning steady, say 5% for a whole 6 months, and they can use it for governance. They will be earning it when they farm pairs, but they cannot dump it. I think it would make more sense if I present it like in writing. Maybe I could do a post on DAO Talk, because the way I'm describing is a bit confusing.
Yeah, it's hard to follow, like,
Yeah,
talking about these things, but like happy to sort of like brainstorm on this. I think this whole VET economics. I guess it makes sense for. I mean, this is what you're trying to say is to take the solidly model, which is what Andre Cronje did before he, I don't know, maybe exit scammed, right? But take sort of the liquidity incentives and put them into like incentivizing people to participate in swapper long term in order to vote for where these liquidity incentives will go. I like this concept in general, but yeah, I guess the devil is in the details.
Yeah, I think there's a lot we could think of to improve the current state of things, because if we are worried that people would be farming swapper and dumping it, why not just lock it for say 6 months, 1 year, and then we could still be giving those rewards to farmers, but they'll be locked swapper. And if they are interested in swapper, they wouldn't mind, and they'll farm it, and they'll probably keep it even after it unlocks. But it will deter those that are just farming it to dump it, because it doesn't make sense for them to farm it if it only unlocks after 1 year. That it's not economically viable for them. They are opportunistic and they want to make profit right now. They want to compound and stuff. So it will deter those type of people, and the only people farming swapper will be the ones that are actively using it in governance.
Yeah. So I mean, I suggest let's continue this discussion maybe on a forum post.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe present, like we could possibly present this in next week's call.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We could probably also talk about it on Friday.
Oh yeah, on Friday.
Yeah. I have a
Can make
bunch
it on
of other
Wednesday.
ideas about this as well, like something similar to DYDX with, people holding that vested swapper. They could get a discount on protocol fees, something similar to Banker. Holders of those vested tokens, we could allow them to provide liquidity, and we could pair them with different organizations who want to bootstrap liquidity pools for the native tokens, and they can split the protocol fees between themselves. And those pairs will all be paired with, say, Swapper, so it will be like a double hop that will be earning them more fees. And this is kind of like a hedge against impermanent loss. And lastly, something similar to Thor Swap is like a dynamic fee, where you the fee is not actually fixed, and you have to change it every time with governance. Like you could still manage it with governance and set a minimum and a maximum, but in between the range that you've set, like you don't set a fixed number. Like when governance sets the protocol fee, it doesn't set 0.5, it sets a range, and it says it will be minimum 0.2, maximum 2%. And within the range, depending on the liquidity in the pair, it will be going up and down. The lower the liquidity in the pair, the higher up the range the fee will go. And the higher the liquidity in the pair, the lower up the range the fee will go. And in a way, it's still controlled by governance, but it's not a fixed rigid fee. It's a range. And when liquidity is low, it encourages LPs to provide liquidity, and they'll be earning better revenue from fees. And when liquidity picks up, the protocol fee will be lower. I know these are like interesting ideas, but nonetheless will take a lot of engineering, and it's easier said than done, but it doesn't mean like we shouldn't be, at least considering and discussing them. It's no matter how long it takes, whether we do it in half a year or in 2 years, we could still discuss something like that.
Yeah.
Let it marinate.
Yeah, these are great ideas. Do we want to move to the next topic with just DX events and the Daoist Amsterdam? I think we're talking about nailing DAOs together. I don't know if anyone wants to share more information. I guess we need to make a decision whether or is it just like a communication?
We had a call. Melanie and I joined the Daoist organizing team to talk about activations for the patron DAOs. They really like the nail idea. Food ideas don't really work because the venue supplying food, so there's no like food trucks and place for like bike with French fries and stuff to show up. They like the idea and the inclusiveness of nail art or nail, and then we also came up with there's nail decals, so we could like pre-order nail decals, which are quicker and faster to put on to people's nails. And this could be DX DAO symbols, this could be other DAO symbols, or we could come up with a menu of things. It's kind of like making stickers, but they're actually for nails. And so you could either have your nails, and one of your nails painted, or you could get a decal on your nail. And then bigger also about the event is the size of the event is actually quite limited. I mean, it's not small compared to the other Daoist events, but originally they were talking about like 1,000 people attending this Daoist event, but I guess the venue and things doesn't account for that many people. And the first day is supposed to be a very DAO intimate focused event where like a bunch of different DAOs can invite just a few different people. And then the second day is the more open one, but it's still not 1,000 people. It's like maybe max 550. Yeah, but they like this nail idea. They've just started talking about activations. They're gonna do some homework on how to if there's people that in Amsterdam that can do this, and if we do any research ourselves about nail decals and things, please share that as well. But as we know, these events seem to be coming together kind of last minute, and so it's good that we're already thinking about this, but other patron DAOs aren't even thinking about this stuff yet. So that's what we have so far.
I don't know who had the great idea about the nails, but I would just say, like, if we go for it, we should definitely not just do DXDAO logo, you know. I don't know how keen other people would be to get a DXDAO logo done, you know. But if we have like Carrot, for example, which is much more neutral and stuff like that, it could be cool, right? Or maybe even, like you said, do some other just general stuff, you know. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be awesome to come up with a set of nail art that can be either painted or decaled on, and so DAO related symbols and things, and that could be other DAOs, that could be other products that are part of DXDAO. But this booth would be kind of a table and a booth, and it'd be, you know, powered by DXDAO kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess it would be cool if we do. I mean, I don't know what it's called, but what you said, where they can be like pre-prepared or something, right? Because then it makes it like if someone wants to get 2 fingers done, one with a carrot, it's much easier if you. I mean, my nail experience is extremely limited, but I'm assuming if there's a nail artist who's painting it, it takes a lot longer than if you said there's like some way to pre-do them or something, right?
Yeah,
Wow,
there is such a thing as nail decals, which can be pre-printed, and then you like get them stuck on and they stay on for a bunch of days or something like that. But it looks like the nail was painted.
I feel like Melanie might be able to chime in here, or someone who's got like a little bit more experience with these things.
Yeah.
I've actually never really like hired a nail technician, but I think probably the best route to go is to like look for where we can get decals and then just have someone apply them. But we were talking to Inga, and she also did express some type of concern with like the labor laws in Amsterdam or something. So we're gonna have to like talk to them about what that would entail exactly.
Yeah,
sure.
we might need a volunteer like Dave. If you could just for a few hours put people like decals on nails or something, that'd be awesome.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably mostly women who want to do it, right? So I'm down. But what labor laws? I mean, no one's going to check. We're not going to get an inspection from the fucking tax authorities, are we? Sorry, Dirk, you were going to chime in.
I just wanted to mention that I saw an amazing Japanese augmented reality nail art app. I will post it. Maybe we can do something with this. Maybe it's too short to kind of do some augmented reality nails, but that would be interesting, I think.
Yeah, digital nails is a cool idea. Anyway, we are working very closely with the Daoist team, and given when we told them we were going to have 13 people showing up to attend the Daoist, that's a little bit outside of what their plan is. So we're early and close with them, so we're working hard to make sure that everyone can attend also.
All right. And then I guess the next topic is the swag.
Yeah, that's
like part of that.
I think maybe Zet and maybe Dirk and Keenan were talking about this, and some ideas were being thrown around, keeping it relatively easy, like nothing, not tens of boxes of T-shirts, but a smaller budget and more. Yeah, it's a smaller crowd that's attending the Taoist, and figuring out what could be something that's unique and people could take away that's not super heavy and things.
Yeah, it's GGG, right? It's not the Taoist, right?
Yeah.
We already have 100 jerseys on their way to Amsterdam from Copenhagen Flames, so we'll have to also think about how we want to distribute them, because of course we don't want to give them out to everyone, but just talking about swag, just letting you know that that's already in the plans.
Nice.
I also had my great idea, right? I don't know if you guys remember the hat I wanted to do with the little sun guy smoking a joint. But I think Boris was looking into designing something, but I don't know he's busy with the current geopolitical situation, so I don't know if we'll be able to get a mock-up of that.
I thought he was in Japan or somewhere.
No, he's
in Eastern Siberia.
he's in Russia, and he's trying to. Well, I don't know. It's a public call. Maybe it's not, adequate to discuss this here.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I guess maybe we can stop the recording, or I don't know. Yeah.